Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be starting off here in a second. We're just letting all the YouTube notifications pop and give everyone a chance to join. I see Ham Radio Paul in the house. Thanks for joining. We have Carlos in the wings, and he's going to be coming on. Don, my man, how you doing, man? And hope you enjoyed a cigar. I did today. Wayne is in attendance as always. Thank you. And we have Cooley. Thank you all for joining. And channel members. Thank you. Digital Ranchers in the house. TC Pitts, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for swinging by. I appreciate it. We're going to kick this off about right now. I just have to find the right scene I want to start off on. Here we go. Yeah, I had to dig this up, Carlos. When I was looking for it, I thought I did like a short little me and you dive, and when I opened it, I saw you. There was the shout out. I was like, oh, I totally forgot about this. What is going on, y'all? I'm Frank KG5HJ, and man, that was an awesome intro video I got there from Carlos. He's laughing in the background. I love it. From shout outs that we just got during that, James, thank you for joining. Chris, Ham Radio Live, you are awesome. Thank you all for joining. Let's go ahead and do the quick rundown here. Thank you to all my patrons who support the channel via YouTube membership or Patreon. Links in the description below for all those. And at the special $10 Tank Commander level, there is a meeting with me once a month where we sit down, talk all things Tank Radio, talk things what's going on in your neck of the woods, and just things about the past and coming up on events and things. So that's much. I really do enjoy that. I have a audio podcast. Audio podcasts are released every week. My live streams are every other week, but every week on the audio platform you'll get a live stream. And two of them, not four, but two of them are not on YouTube. So you got to go over there, subscribe, and see what they're all about. They're fun, I promise you. Super chats and buy me a beer is active. Thank you to everyone who supports me via that way. Also, sticker packs are still up. I got one that needs to go to Jason. I haven't given it to him because he's been on another trip, and I've been on a trip, but we're going to get that one sent out. I'm sorry for the delay if it was you, but sticker packs help support me, Tank Radio, and they're awesome way to show your support for the channel. Tank pads are also available over on Etsy on why am I blanking on his name? Corky QRP's Etsy page, and they're awesome. And Gigaparts has a 5% off for all you tankers out there. Go ahead and find the link below, and it will show you every item that is you can apply that to. And think that's it. Okay, so as always, you know what's going to go on. We're going to play that awesome other intro video. Quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio. First things first, I wanted to go ahead and let y'all know about a special limited time offer. This is limited time only. A link in the description below, or it's pinned in the chat, or it's pinned in the first comment of this video. This month, it's only a limited time availability. Like the whiskey tumblers, I am selling Tank Radio coffee mugs. These coffee mugs are great for camping. These coffee mugs are just gonna be amazing. They have my logo on it. I love the green. I love everything about it. You got to order now. This is a pre-order only, so I'm gonna order these, and then it's gonna take a month or two, and then I'll be able to ship them out. So there's gonna be a little delay when you order them, but it is only pre-orders only. If you want your Tank Radio coffee mug, go ahead and head over to Grapevine Amateur Radio and look under drinkware, and you'll see my mug and order it now. I love them. I love them. I'm just bringing the group in here. They're laughing at me in the background. What's going on, everybody? How are y'all doing today? Carlos, thanks for joining. How are you doing, man?
You know, I am far, far better than I deserve, sir. Thanks for the invite.
No problem, no problem. My man, Scott, how are you doing today?
Doing great, man. Doing really, really good. I'm happy to be here and glad to always be on these lives.
Oh, man, I love having you. One of these days, we'll get you out to a ham fest. We keep saying that. We need to make it happen. You're closer to this one, man. You're in Missouri now. Well, that's
I'm
only...
I'm in Missouri City.
Missouri,
Still in Texas. I'm not out of Texas yet.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, it's still closer. It's still the closest, big hamfest you have nearby, isn't it?
You are correct.
Yeah. It's still closer than Orlando or Dayton.
My schedule's a little foobar right now. I got a lot of other irons in the fire.
Oh, man. Well, one day we'll get you out there, and I'm looking forward to it. And probably this one should be the one. So put that on your calendar for next year, and I hope things go right so you can get out there.
Yeah, I mean, of all the ones out there, it's the one in Orlando I really like to get out to someday, but the Huntsville seems to be like the most popular one. I like camping, I like being out and hanging out, and that'd be fantastic. Meet all the YouTubers and all the fans of the shows and stuff like that.
Plus, we got all day Friday to hang out of the pavilion. And if weather always goes right with my main man here on the stream, Carlos will be jumping out of an airplane. And let's go ahead and just kind of use that as the segue. No, I don't know geography. I forgot that there is a Missouri City, Texas. Man, you can travel
Geology?
Geography.
Geology?
Did I say geology?
Geology, geometry, all the G's.
All the G's. Throw them together. I'm just going to have another drink and give you the floor for a minute, Carlos. So, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. You ask.
I was going to ask. You have been a longtime skydiver, love skydiving, you love ham radio. What in the insane mind you have of deciding, hey, I am going to go ahead and skydive and with a radio, and not only just an HT. Sometimes you go out there with an HF radio and make longer contacts.
Dude. Do I have a video coming out soon?
Oh, I can't wait.
Ray let the cat out of the bag on Josh's stream a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now. But I threw myself out of an airplane with a 7300. 73?
That's
wait. The big bulky like
yeah 20.
It's like 6 or 7 pounds.
It's now a travel radio.
The radio itself is 11 pounds almost, and then after I built the bag for it, I'm looking at 25 pounds of load.
Jeez.
So you really want to impress me, you need to have a DX Commander trailing behind you.
It'll probably snap in half again.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I'm a skydiving addict. I fully admit that. We have meetings every week at the drop zone. We just walk in and say, "Hey, I'm Carlos. I'm a skydiver," and everybody goes, "Hey, Carlos," and we, then we get together and have group meetings, and then we just decide to skydive again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, it's when I was getting my license, it was I'm not a theory guy. I'm a reality guy. And the theory of having a taller antenna, making things better. I was like, well, I have access to 14,000 foot of antenna height. Well, why don't I use that? Why don't I try that? And that's what started this whole mess, man. I never expected the thing to become a popular thing, but here I am, 4 years later, still doing it. And I have to admit, it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
When you call CQ and like 14652 or 446 or even on HF, excuse me, and people go, "You're what? You're aeronautical mobile?" I'm like, "No, I'm parachute mobile." You're under a parachute? Yeah, yeah. Go look me up. I promise. If you go look me up, you're gonna go, "Oh, this guy's legitimately under a parachute."
So
But here
the
we are.
awesome time to rag chew with you is when you're in midair making contacts.
It
It's
happened 2 weekends ago. It happened, well, not this weekend. The last weekend, I was doing some jumps in Michigan, and there was a guy that just wanted to rag shoot, and I'm like, QRZ, buddy. There's people on the lineup. And he comes back later on, like, hey, I just want to make sure, what kind of plane are you in? Like, it's not a plane, it's a parachute,
I
man.
left the plane 5 minutes ago. I haven't hit the ground yet.
So,
Wow.
interactions like that are fun. Don't get me wrong. At times I'm like, come on, dude, there's people piled up. Let them get through. But it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's we're talking about kind of a weird thing to do, an odd thing to do for sure. And I get a kick out of it. People get a kick out of making the contact. So why not?
Mm-hmm.
So I got a question for you then. If at 14,000 feet, what's your flight time once you jump out of the plane to when you hit the ground or land on the ground or?
Well, I appreciate that. I'd rather not hit the ground.
Right.
That hurts. All told, I'm looking, depending on the parachute. So, for example, I have two parachutes. One of the ones is back here. Hang on. This is my big parachute. I don't know if it'll show through the green screen. This is my big parachute, and it's the parachute that's in the background of my image right now. Is in here in the bottom half. That one has a 170 square foot parachute in it. My other one is 135. I consider my 135 my work parachute because it goes faster and I'm able to land, in a hurry and whatnot. But on that parachute, about 15 minutes, actually with the 7300, about 13 minutes, because of the extra load, it actually makes me fall faster. I mean, it really depends on the load, right? So the bigger the parachute versus the load is under it, the slower it falls.
Right.
So about 15 minutes with my 705, about 13 minutes with the 7300. And of that, the first 2 minutes are easy. The first 2 minutes are getting the antenna out, and then the last 2.5, 3 minutes are landing. And I don't play below 3,000 feet. I don't just, it's one of those things where at 3,000 feet, I'm done.
Yeah.
I've made an exception to that rule twice, and it's been because I've been doing 2 meters, and the 2 meter system is really easy to just put away. And one was for Hayden at Hamvention last year,
Mm-hmm.
and another one was for the kids at Hamvention for the ARRL kids, the youth rally this year. We had some folks that didn't want to give up the frequency that was announced, and I had to, QSY and regroup. And by the time that happened, I had very little time left to play, and I didn't want to leave the kids hanging.
Mm.
So I took it down to 1,500 feet for the kids. And I'll admit that at 1,500 feet, I was like, I need to get ready to land. I am absolutely not in the correct position here, and I need to make sure that I get to the right position quick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I got there, but I would have felt a whole lot better if I had been over the right spot at 1,500 feet. But yeah, man, it's so figure, depending on what rig I'm taking, 10 or 8 to 10 minutes of radio time. But it's a riot, man. It's just an absolute riot.
I'm just thinking with that limited time. That's why I want to get kind of a time frame. From jumping out of the plane to landing, how much time for setup, tear down, getting that 7300 back in the Apache case is probably real difficult when you're. But
Hold on, let me bring the 12 amp hour battery. We
Just
got it. Put that in the bottom. Oh,
it is a 12 amp hour battery, by the way.
but no, you've got a limited amount of time to
Yeah.
get the QSOs and get as many QSOs as possible. So you really want people to get in, get out, get your SIG report, and let's move on to the next person. Do you
Exactly.
find that you're having people wanting to sit there and just like chit chat, like, "Hey, how's it going?"
At times.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
Really?
at times. At times, some people want to chit chat and whatnot, and I get it, right? This guy is doing what? And I might never get a chance to talk to him again. But guess what, folks? The internet is a thing, and we can do a Zoom, or you can email me or whatever. When people are stacked up, let the pile up happen. No, I mean, really, I don't mind at all, because most of the time I'm able to move it along, and it informs people that I'm doing something different and odd, and it makes it makes them call their friends and go, "Hey man, tune on to 44652. There's an idiot on a parachute calling CQ. You got to get him."
Hey, it's
Right?
definitely one of the coolest things anybody's done in ham radio in a long time. This is kind of like, I don't know, I think you're probably one of the first people to ever do that, right?
I am not. I found that out after I started publishing stuff. There's a group in Northern California. Rob Finn has been doing this since at least the early teens. I don't know when he started, but I know if you go to parachutemobile.com, it takes you to his website, which is his group. And next weekend, while we were at Huntsville, they're doing HF jumps on Saturday, and I'm going to try to do a parachute to parachute HF contact if we can work the timing out.
Yeah.
But they've been doing it longer than I have. They just don't publicize it a whole lot. They don't get on YouTube and talk to people about it. I've also received postcards, QSL cards at that, from people that have done it long before me. There was a guy that did it in Japan while he was stationed in Japan, and he sent me his QSL card from over there. He says, "Yeah, this is one that I had in the stash from the archives and whatever." And here, there's a fella out of Louisiana, Bobby Brownlee, and he's done it as a tandem a bunch of times. He goes, I don't know what drop zone, because there's not a drop zone in Louisiana, but he goes to some drop zone and he takes his HT with him and does parachute mobile. So I can't take credit for being the first. I can only take credit for being the one with the loudest mouth about it.
I love that. I love that. So, talking about equipment here for that big 7300 jump, was it an Explorer backpack? Did you unzip it all the way and just have everything flop out?
Well, unfortunately, I can't wear a backpack because I already have a backpack, and that wants to save
No,
my
no,
life,
that you
right?
could like to do the front mom backpack on the front.
Well, see, the front, like carrying the baby backpack,
Yeah.
then it gets in the way of the emergency handles, which are about here,
Okay.
right? So whatever I take up, I have to make sure that it slings below, at my waist or below.
Mm-hmm.
So I have hang on, I have this Maxpedition bag. Let's see, do I need to turn off my background? I might have to. Hang
Yeah,
on,
it might a little bit. It will help.
blur my background, and
While
then
you do
unblur
that,
my background.
Andy, thank you for joining, man. I haven't seen you in a while. I appreciate you swinging by. All right, so this is the
So
expedition.
So this is my Maxpedition pack. It's you have one like this, I think.
I have a side saddle. Yeah.
It's like a sling bag, or you can also wear it as a fanny pack. And my 706 Mark II G is in here, which I'm taking to Huntsville to sell. If anybody's interested in a 706, I'll make you a good deal. It just anyhow. But at the time I set this up, there wasn't a pack like this that would fit the 7300. And I didn't think to look back at the lineup, and Maxpedition came out with an even bigger pack that, guess what, fits the 7300. Stand by. Let me
Okay.
It's out of headphone reach here.
Okay, while you're doing that here real fast, I am looking for Hamfest questions to ask you, and I love doing this with all my other YouTubers. So please suggest any Hamfest question you have, and I would love to ask that. It has to be a good question that I can kind of dive in there and get a good answer about the person that I'm interviewing. And I'm just looking for a good one. And these questions I do post on my Sunday stream for the Hamfest, and also put them in the audio podcast. All right, Carlos is back, and geez, I have no idea what he's going or has here. We're just going to jump to him. This is
Look at
blah blah. What?
this monster pack slings just like the other one.
Uh-huh.
So it goes around my waist, and it also can be a shoulder bag. But as you can see, it has a 12 amp hour bioeno and a 7300 and an HT for APRS and coax and an antenna, the whole kit and caboodle.
I hope Ray oh, that was the wrong scene. I hope Ray has sponsored that pack because
He has
dude,
not.
dude.
He has not. I gotta talk to Ray at Huntsville. Hey, buddy, how about you hook me up?
Send him a picture of that, man.
I did. I sent him a picture of it. I sent him an early preview of the video, and he's just like, "You put a 7300 up." That's like, I had to, man. Don't get
Hey,
me
why
wrong.
not?
The thing is, I love the 705, right? If I could get the 705 in a 100-watt version all the way around, that'd be the ultimate radio for me, right? That's what the 706 Mark II G was. It's just the 705, the screen, and the ability to record directly on the radio is an important item to me. And not having that recorder, really, the recorder is a really big item for what I'm doing. And the 706 doesn't have it. The 991A doesn't have it. The 857 doesn't have it. And I just, anyhow, the 705 is great, but it's 10 watts with an external battery. And I was running into, reach limitations, right? My jumps, even local people were saying, I'm getting you like 5.2. When I say local, I'm talking 30 miles away. So, I wasn't getting too many far contacts on their parachute, which kind of defies the logic, given that I have a very tall antenna.
What antenna are you using for that, by the way?
Oh, dude, I use a lot of antennas in the air. My primary go-to for parachute mobile HF is the Pactina infrared half wave. But I also have a Reliance Bug Out Max that I've used. I have Jason KM40CK's infrared half wave kit for 40 that I've also used a bunch of times. I just got an antenna it's not handy, but I got one in the mail from Ham Radio Dude. It was a kit. I built it. I tuned it. I'm going to probably take it into a Sky, maybe in Huntsville. But basically, I have to fly anything that it can fly. It has to have no radials because, if you're streaming the antenna and then you stream the radial next to it, it kind of defeats the point, right? So, you have a perfect example. I have my multimeter handy. So let's say the red wire is my antenna and my radials are the black wire. Well, if I'm putting them out like this, and their signal's going to cancel itself out, and it's not going to reach very far, if anywhere, right? So whatever I fly, I have to fly the antenna horizontally, and at best, maybe a counterpoise that on a heavy weight that is between my legs. And I tried that once, and it didn't work out very well. That's why I haven't tried it again. I would need to add a lot more weight to the counterpoise because I had 8 ounces of lead and it was still streaming almost parallel to the antenna wire. So it's kind of defeated the point. So I need to add probably another 8 ounces of lead, maybe a pound and a half of lead total. And that adds complexity, and that adds an element of danger that I can't control. And that is if that lead comes loose and then it lands on someone's noggin, then I feel really guilty about it. Right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, no one would be able to find where it came from, really, but I would know, and I would feel guilty about it. So I can't have that on my conscience.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to be very careful about what I take up. And if I can take something that doesn't require a counterpoise or a radial, where the coax can act as a radial, just like the end-fed half wave can, then I can take that up. So yeah, I'm sort of limited in what I can take up because of that. But at the same time, I'm also doing something that a lot of people are never going to do. So,
I got one.
I got.
I have one other question about your setup. Ham Radio Prep Paul is asking, what setup are you running for your audio? Are you running anything specific to help out with the noise canceling or wind canceling?
well,
Wind
well,
canceling from the noise of the wind end.
believe it or not, there's not a ton of wind noise. If you watch my videos, what you're hearing in the video is the recorded audio from the radio. It's not the GoPro audio. And yes, there is some wind noise in there, but I think it's very legible. And so far, what I've received, feedback from the ground is that it is very legible, very easy to understand. However, I don't have it handy because it's in the back of my car right now because it's packed up for Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a Radio Sport headset that I used with my 705 the last weekend I was up, and that made a huge difference. So I'm going to see if I can find the adapter. If they make an adapter, because what I did is I bought that headset and the adapter at Hamvention. They were out of stock. I just got it in about 3 weeks ago, and this was the first chance I got to really use it in the air, and it sounds really good in the sky. And if they have an adapter to go to the 7300, I'll buy the adapter for the 7300.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't have an adapter for the 7300, I already have a Heil headset that should work fine. I just need to make a PTT, hand trigger or buy a PTT hand trigger. So if I can find a deal on that at Huntsville, I might just pick that up and, make that a go of it. But for now, believe it or not, the handheld mic works exceptionally well. It's by no means perfect, obviously, right? You have some wind noise, but you also have to take into consideration that I am flying, excuse me, most of the time I'm flying against the wind.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm holding the microphone, my hand is blocking the back of the microphone, and then the back of the microphone is blocking the actual receiving point of the microphone. So the wind noise on it is very minimized. It's when I'm going with the wind that the wind is hitting me from behind, and then the burble of air you can actually hear it a lot better. And the only way you know that is if you know where the wind is coming from, and the only one that knows that is me, right? So yeah, when I'm flying with the wind and I listen to the recording, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going with the wind there for sure.
Well, I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Going back to your 705 conundrum, it's 10 watts with a battery.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm asking this because I just don't know. What if you added, and I think the smallest I would think you could find, it wouldn't bring you to 100 watts, but what if you added an 80 amp or 80 watt amp?
You mean like this one?
Yeah, like that one.
It's in the works.
Would that allow you to have the power you need and the versatility you're looking for by carrying a 705, which is obviously a smaller unit, and having that? I know it was that small. I thought it'd be a little bit bigger than that. But that looks like something that's manageable.
So this is 50 watts. I bought this from Vince, VE6LK, our friendly neighborhood drug dealer. I mean, ham radio dealer. If you're familiar with Vince, he's one of the hosts on the Ham Radio Workbench podcast, and I accuse him of spending my money every stinking time I listen to the show. And I think I was doing a VE session, and we were BSing after the fact. And I told him, yeah, I think I need to go figure out a way of carrying the 7300 because, power. And he goes, well, why don't you try an amp? And I'm like, I haven't found an amp that is reasonably priced that I want to take in the sky that will work. He goes, oh, wait a minute. And he just goes into he goes, I have this one for sale. And I'm like,
how convenient.
I'm like, you don't say, Vince.
Mm-hmm.
So he made me a fair deal on it. So I picked it up. I haven't tested it yet because I need to figure out how to make the 705 and it play nice. Steve, temporarily offline, sent me a message saying someone had already made a video about making it play nice. So you just need to take the time to watch that video. And if I have a time to watch that video and implement whatever it needs to be implemented before Huntsville, then I'll bring this with me to Huntsville instead of bringing the 7300. Um,
Very cool.
but yeah, the plan is to do a bunch of jumps at Huntsville, UHF, VHF, and HF. So I'm going to try to do one per band, and just try to rock them all out.
So
Very
that
cool.
rolls us into that final topic we discussed is your up and coming plans. So are you planning to try to do all this Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Weather
Thursday?
permitting, man. Weather permitting, I'm going to try to jump Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Obviously, Friday is kind of a meh day for what I'm doing in terms of popularity, because people are going to be at work and it's going to be difficult for them to, like, if I'm jumping at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the only people that are going to really be around are going to be the people at Montesano, right?
Yeah, but we'll all love it. We'll all love it.
I know, I know. So I may get the VHF and UHF stuff done on Friday, and then try to hammer out the 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20 between Saturday and Sunday. Just and somewhere in there also need to fit another VHF jump, because the people that are at the Hamfest, are hopefully come outside for a minute and try to make the QSO.
So I'm probably going to be at the park all day Friday. I've ballooned up and I don't feel comfortable jumping this year.
Okay.
However, I'm going to be in that line next to Robert, radiating you with his elk antenna. He had a pack one time. I think he was sending 50 watts to you.
50 watts on an elk, and the gain on that is what, 12 dB.
Yep, yep.
So,
You coming out of
so
Carlick's popsicle.
yeah, I come out, I'm like, man, the temperature forecast says it's supposed to be 0 degree at altitude, but my God, I feel warm.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, but I'll be over there and working with them. But man, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be fun. Same drop zone as last several years.
Yeah, yeah. Skydive, Alabama is a lovely place. They all have always treated me right, unlike another drop zone that we can, I'm going to skip next year, the other drop zone, and that's in Xenia.
Mm-hmm.
There's another drop zone we're talking about Xenia here. There's another drop zone another 25 minutes away,
Mm-hmm.
and the owners, I've already talked to them, and they're like, absolutely, don't worry about it. We'll get you up in the sky, however many times you need, and don't worry about the slots, and we'll figure it out. Where the drops in Xenia was kind of like, well, you're gonna go whenever we let you go. It's like, oh, come on, guys, I have a plan here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a paying customer. How about you just put me on? But yeah, the Skydive, Alabama is a lovely, lovely drop zone. You've been there. The people there are
Twice.
fantastic. Um, and yeah, I'm totally, I have zero problem spending money where I'm treated right. And that
Mm-hmm.
place, every time I've been there, has treated me right.
They've been
So
helpful. They've been understanding and accommodating where they can be,
yeah,
and it's amazing. And that second time we were there, well, no, it was the first time. It was raining, and I'm just sitting in their place on their nice little leather couch, and I'm just editing video away, just waiting for the rain to go away. And they were awesome. They're like, all right, yeah, do y'all. Um,
yeah, man. It's for the most part, drop zones are fairly laid back places. Uh, you know, what you have yet to experience, Frank, is you need to be there after hours.
oh, dude, I think that's when the gloves come off and the beer comes
That's
out.
when the beer and the drinks come out, man. It's light the bonfire. Let's go.
Yep, yep.
It's like Montesano, but on steroids.
Oh, dude, Montesano, it can be fun, and we're gonna treat the place right this time. If y'all seen Jason's live stream last week, we need to be better stewards of what they graciously allow us to use. But other than that, we're gonna have some fun. Mike N8YL says Robert adds some more elevation to that end of the QSO as well.
About 1.5 foot, I think.
Yep. And Digital Answer, I love this. I should have saved this to the end, but I can't. Now you know why beard is my kink.
It curled the hell out of my beard. It was
Yeah.
straight before, but it's
Mhm.
curled now.
Well, just talking about beards, when I did the skydiving video, go on my channel. Every Huntsville video I has to this point is me skydiving, and you'll see it. And just our beards is just funk on our face all the way back. Wind's hitting us. No, wind's not hitting me. I mean, the wind's not hitting you. It's hitting me because you got the face shield on.
Well,
How do you get a face shield?
Because I'm the instructor, baby. It's nice to be at the top.
Yeah, it's nice to be the big spoon in the force peering.
Yes, it is. There are instructors that jump without a helmet, and I don't understand it. Every single one that I know that does it ends up sick somewhere during the skydiving season. And those of us that wear full face helmets rarely get sick. And if you think about it, if you go out in front of me and you don't know that you're sick, or maybe you know that you're sick and you're just hiding it, and all your breath is coming out and going right back that way. Well, if it's hitting my helmet, it just because the air coming into my helmet is coming in from below.
Interesting.
And the people that don't wear a helmet end up getting sick. And
interesting. Did not think of it that way.
Well, the thing is, and then they try to understand, like, why am I out of work for 3 weeks of this cold, and nobody else? I'm like, because you're sick, and you refuse to keep yourself from getting sick, or at least trying. I'm not saying it's going to prevent it all the time, because it doesn't. I have gotten sick, but I get sick once for every 10 times that the instructors that don't wear a helmet do. So
let's run down the schedule real fast here. So Friday you're gonna be jumping, and the Friday is the day that we have the open invite to everyone out there to come out to Monticello, and we're going to have a pavilion, and it's a open invite for you to come meet us, and we're gonna have some radios going and playing some POTA and just kind of hanging out. Kyle is what?
Maybe if I do HF on Friday, I can get the park activated. Parachute mobile.
Yes, dude, you can do that. That'd be awesome.
N1CC as a hunter. Parachute mobile.
Yes. I'm going to tell Chris to create a new category just for you now. That Friday we're having, I think it's lunch. Kyle's going to be sponsoring a lunch for the teachers and the ARRL teachers group that they're running. There's going to be a can for donations. There's going to be QR codes out there. Go ahead and donate what you can to help support the lunch, and anything, any and all leftovers minus what it costs to create that lunch is going to be donated to the Teaser Institute of the ARRL. So we're going to have a blast doing that. Saturday, are you going to be at the show Saturday?
Probably for about an hour.
An hour or so?
Maybe an hour and a half. I'm trying to keep as much of my time skydiving. Like I said, I don't expect to find anything at the show that I need or want. Excuse me. And that's nothing against the shows, just that at the moment, I don't have anything I want that I don't already have. Maybe the adapter for that headset to go to the 7300. But other than that, I don't, like basically I'd have to be looking for a bargain. Like if I went in there and found a bargain on a 12-volt amplifier, I'm dropping the money on it. But I'm not. I don't have to. I,
Well, you go
I don't
there.
have a shopping list.
Well, go there and meet everybody for a while. A lot of us want to say hello to you.
I don't want to say hello to you.
Well, and not me, the other fans. Come on, Carlos. We have this thing. I've been Little Spoon twice, man. It is in the agreement. You got to say hi.
Well, I was planning on doing that on Sunday because we have the
meetup.
The meetup on Sunday at the what do you call it,
the
the
YouTuber
forum,
yeah,
the YouTubers forum. And I was planning on doing that on Sunday, but I will be at the show for a little bit on Saturday. Don't worry, don't get your panties in a twist.
I'm just gonna mark this so expletive, so we'll just keep it rocking. It doesn't matter anymore.
Did I say anything bad?
No, let's just keep it rolling. I love it.
I mean, if I did, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it.
Well, we already talked about kinks here, so that threw the door open.
But YouTube doesn't demonetize you for saying the word kink, does it?
I have no idea. Have you actually read the rules on that? They're so long.
Oh, too much. I mean, like, you could kink a cable.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what we're talking about. Cable kinking. And you don't need to do that to your coaxial cables, and how to nicely run your grounding cables and not having issues there. I think we covered our bases. Moving on.
Well, I've got an idea here.
Go ahead.
Oh.
I've got an idea how you can top what you've been doing so far.
Oh.
And it's got to start with a GoFundMe, because it's going to need some money for this. You need some financial backing.
Okay.
We need a weather balloon and a spacesuit with a respirator, and get you out about 20 miles up into the atmosphere, and then jump. Then you got about a half hour of time to jump,
We'll set you up one of those diving masks. This is Carlos, K9OL, K9OL.
You get a helmet that everything's integrated into the helmet, maybe a little heads-up display if you want to be really fancy.
Hang on. I
think outside the box.
Let me share something. Host disabled participant screen sharing. Oh, well.
No. Wait, give me 1 second. I want to see whatever you have. All right, you should be enabled. I got to go to the scene for sharing and go.
All right, let me pull this up real quick. It's going to be just a static image, but the static image will tell you a lot. Let me see. Documents,
we are ready and awaiting.
You know what? Let me just pull this up and I'll share the screen. But
this is making for great radio.
Oh, dude, I don't. You know what? I have it in my email. Let me pull it out of my email because I don't have the external hard drive that has that file with me.
No.
But I do have an image that I can share, I think.
Know what we need to do? Me and Bob have been talking about doing underwater HF. And pretty much using those diving helmets and doing some type of relay system for the radio to run on top of the boat or something. And then we can do a underwater to parachute contact. All right, we're ready. Here it goes. And you're live.
Now, I don't have to explain much here. I think the image explains itself. But I'll let you chew on it for a second. You tell me what you think about that.
That is...
whoever's up there is a little ways up.
Mm-hmm. This is a high altitude balloon. I see a hand. And
can you see my cursor at all?
Yeah, we got the cursor. 12,000 feet up.
Okay. And what about this?
North is that away, so he's facing south, right?
I'm facing northwest.
Uh-huh.
And then this down here.
I don't know what that means.
Unit of measurement would be feet here, but
yeah.
It's negative 1,055 feet. So that's my rate of descent. So this is my altitude. This is my altitude. This is my heading. And this is my rate of descent. And that's on a video.
How'd you get 12,000? Because I thought 10,000 was kind of like the limit before the oxygen gets too?
14.5 is the maximum we can go without oxygen. If you're exposed to long durations above 10,000 feet, then you require oxygen. So, for example, the pilot needs to be on oxygen most of the day because the pilot is going to be up and down above 10,000 on a regular basis. But as a jumper, we don't have to wear O2. We don't have to have a supplemental O2 unless we're going above 14.5 on a regular. So if we're doing 18,000 feet, you need O2. But that's from a jump that I made recently.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait.
That's on a video. So there's gonna be, I have a little video coming out explaining it, but basically there's telemetry on the videos coming up now.
Dude, so that's gonna be amazing.
I still like the idea of jumping from space, though.
Yes.
Look, I'm all in. As long as somebody else pays for it, I'll totally do the training and the jump. Listen, you want to talk to Red Bull like they did with Felix Baumgartner? My last name is Felix. It plays along. We can do the other Felix, right? You know,
you just get higher.
Exactly.
And cooler because you're using ham radio.
Exactly.
Let's go. Screw it. Let's go to the top. Let's talk to Elon Musk. Put you on top of a rocket, and you'll jump off at the first stage.
At the apex of the first stage.
Yeah, the first stage. So after the first stage starts coming back to Earth, that's the point you just kind of leap from the rocket.
Yeah, with his luck, though, he'll get stuck in orbit for the next 3 months.
No, that's Boeing. That's Boeing.
That's Boeing, yeah.
Yeah, I said SpaceX here. So you said that's like the southwest of the rocketry.
Southwest, maybe Spirit.
I wish Shane was around. That'd be awesome.
Speaking of Southwest, I'm flying Southwest in 2 weeks.
Help! They're supposed to be changing things, making it better, right? Yeah. And they were the only airline not majorly impacted during that. What was it? Not Stuxnet. CrowdStrike. Yeah.
Well,
did you see their
running
tweet?
on a Commodore 64?
Yes, you saw the tweet by Southwest themselves. They're like, we're still running on Commodore 64. This doesn't affect us.
In a warehouse in Texas.
When that hit, I was with Digital Rancher and Kyle, which have high up IT jobs. I'm not going to say what they are, but they're really high up there. And they opened up their email, and Kyle's office was pretty much all hands on deck. Bring your nieces and nephews who know how to use computers. and it's just a number of sites, and they're all blowing up. They're like, we didn't bring our work laptops. Another whiskey, sir?
Darn.
Oh, that was a great trip. I hope y'all did see the Yellowstone video. Y'all out there, that was fun.
It was really cool.
It was a little bit choppy on things I was doing because at one point I needed a little break and just enjoy the scenery I was at and take it in for myself and use it for a little vacation. And then I was shooting video more regularly after I kind of hit that point. I'm like, yes, I could do this now. But
you got to recharge the batteries, man.
It was an awesome trip. I'm coming off of that. I'm trying to get back into this heavily, and it's just going to be more amazing and awesome fun. I think we were back at the Sunday schedule. You did skip it a little or jump ahead a little bit. Back on the Sunday schedule, we are doing the forum. I think it's at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. p.m. I'll be in the air home. 10 a.m. over in the forum area. All the YouTubers are going to do a meet and greet for about 2 hours. And I think we're just going to do a quick rundown to everyone's channel and then open the forum for questions. This is going to be the time to meet your favorite YouTuber who's going to be attending. And Carlos, you did say you're going to be there for that?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. I can't miss that.
Yeah, you go and get on Ham Nation, but you snub us at that.
I would never. I would never.
I was up there for Ham Nation. That was fun. That was fun.
That forum is big too.
Yeah. And dude, when I so the first year he did that when he asked us to be up on stage just in case the internet went bad, so he could have a recording for Ham Nation. When he went finally did the round robin for through all of us, and he's like, when he's like, okay, we got Frank coming up. He as we're doing that walk, it's just changed. He goes, Frank, this mic is hot. And there will be reverb if you yell, so do not yell. And so I had all of 3 seconds of like, what am I gonna do? That is my thing. I want to put my hands up in the air and go, take radio, and I can't do that now. So it dawned on me like at the last second. I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like, I was told I can't yell, so you're gonna need to do it for me. Hey, I'm Frank, and I point to the audience, and then they shouted back, take radio. Just made my year. That was so much. That was so much fun, and we did it again, and I loved it. I loved it. But if nothing came back after I did that, I'd be like, Tank Radio, small YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Just go sit right back down. I'll be done. I'm done.
But did you see the bump? Did you get a bump?
I did get a good bump out of it.
See,
It
there
was
you go,
fun. It was good.
It's-
Yeah. One of those bumps. I already flipped the flag, so we're good. Oh man.
Demonetized.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this trip, man. I'm looking forward to hanging out with everybody. I'm looking forward to hanging out with everyone at the pavilion. You got already a number of people saying they're looking for me and to give me some amazing bottles of bourbon of their choices, which I'm always excited
Ooh.
to explore. Um,
I'm bringing a bottle of Indiana whiskey.
Indiana whiskey,
Mhm.
yes. I'm always open for new things.
Three Floyds. Look it up.
Ooh, I am. Um, and hanging out with everybody. So it's gonna be a fun time. We're almost at the end here. Do y'all have any questions in the chat? I'll go ahead and run through those. Actually, I have a couple, so if y'all do have some, go ahead and ask. At the top of the stream, we got Don saying this is the awesome beard stream. So go ahead and strut your beards, gentlemen. Yes.
It adds 3
Yes.
dB.
Uh-huh. Then Ham Radio Paul, does the beard slow your fall?
No, not even slightly.
And beard adds horsepower from a Ham Radio Non-Techies. I love all those. Those are the chats I copied off. Hey, Jason's in the house?
Yeah, he popped in. I don't know if he's still here, but he
Yeah,
popped in
here
for a
he
minute.
is.
He's got a stream coming up in what, 5 minutes?
I
8 minutes?
guess. I didn't even know if he's back in town in time. I did not know his itinerary for this trip.
You don't get notifications via text message telling he's going to be on in 20 minutes?
No. Who
Gotta
signs up
catch
for
up,
that
man.
stuff? It's more spam. I don't want that.
Wow.
Wow.
No, to be honest, I have tested almost every link he's sent out and everything. So I'm in there somewhere, but yeah, I got off the text list. I was like, I don't want that. All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and do the rounds here. We're gonna start with you, Carlos, the guest of honor, my man, my big spoon to my little spoon. So, how are you doing? What's going on your channel, and anything coming up that you want to hype?
So I'm doing great. The channel has a bunch of videos backlogged. For once, I actually have a bunch of videos in the queue.
Yes.
So I
Doesn't
have
that feel
Parachute
good?
Mobile. Oh, dude, it feels great. I have a Parachute Mobile coming out on Tuesday. I may have something else come out that's not Parachute Mobile related Thursday or Friday. And then I have Parachute Mobile the week after, and then the week after, and then the week after. So far, I have 4 of them queued up, ready to go. Huntsville Hamfest. Look, a bunch of us are going there. If I imagine you're watching this because you're probably going to be there, come find us. If I am at the show, I will probably have some stickers. I have some stickers that are specific to the show. So hit me up. I had one for I had a show specific sticker for Hamvention, and Josh was, he liked it. He thought it was pretty badass. So come find me. I have a show specific sticker for this show. And if not, have your HT ready, have your HF rig ready because I'm gonna be jumping. So hopefully you make that QSO, and if I get off my lacy rear end, I will get QSL cards out sometime in the next year. That's all I
Yep.
have.
Yep. Thank you. Talking about QSO cards, I have done 2 videos about answering questions. I want to start that series again. I really did enjoy filming those and filling out the QSO cards as I'm doing it. But I have 2 videos, stacks of QSO cards I filled out and ready to go on that table. I just need to put them in envelopes. Send them in the mail. It's
Sam Weaver, if you're watching,
yeah.
yes, I have a
Oh, come
QSL card
on.
for you.
Get
No, I haven't sent it
Sam.
out yet.
Sam's a great guy. Get Sam's in the mail. I'm going to advocate on his behalf. Go ahead and send that, man.
I've gotten 3 different messages from 3 different people going, "Are you going to send Sam his QSL cards?" Like, yeah, I just gotta get off my
Hmm.
butt.
Yep. Some chats are notable here. Mike N8YO saying he's bringing a single barrel 4 roses. Will make appearance at the pavilion. Yes, that is one of my top 5s. And a couple others saying they're bringing some good stuff. And then people commenting how I'm not Jason's secretary. Nope. This was a secret invite only mission, so I did not have purview to what they were doing. I actually know what they're doing. I just don't know when they're getting back. But Scott, my man, my co-host, my partner in crime, guilty by association. How
Absolutely.
how are you doing, and what you got going on your channel? Anything else you want to promote?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I just finished my first book, and it'll be releasing worldwide in 7 countries on Tuesday on Amazon. You can go to abundancebook.net to see that. But now that I'm done with this and got my focus back where it needs to be, I'm going to be start getting some more of my videos on my channel. You can find out more by going to Ham Radio for Non-Techies on YouTube, or just type in HR4NT on Google, and I come up everywhere in there. I've been focusing on this. I wanted to get it right before I published it, and I've just been going through a lot of stuff, so that's ready to come out and ready to rock and roll. I still got this antenna I've been talking about for quite a while that has been sitting downstairs. That's already built. I just got to get the wire hooked up, get it tuned, film all that, and then of course, like I do with all my antenna reviews, I do a test of it and show you how it works and give you my final spiel on what I like or don't like about it. So we'll get that rocking and rolling and get that hopefully in the next week or so.
Dude, I'm looking forward to it. And congratulations for finishing a book and the
Right.
next hurdle of getting it published and ready to go. Because
That was
writing
no
is
easy task, my
half the
friend.
battle, the other half is getting it published and pulling out your hair, doing it all that. So that is amazing. I'm proud of you.
I just did a video on my channel
Carlos,
Friday.
you're muted. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask him,
Yeah.
prime it. Do you have dates for a live signing at a specific store somewhere?
Well, I have 2 live book signings coming up. One in September, one in October. That's all on the website, and yeah, just gonna keep rocking and rolling, man. I'm just trying to. I did a video talking about it on my YouTube channel. It was published on Friday, so you can go check that out. I don't want to waste the time here talking about it, but you guys go check it out and hit me up if you have questions.
Awesome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it.
For having me.
Aaron, you are my new best friend. Do not give that bottle of Eagle Rare to anyone else other than me. The Bush Light can be served to the other slums, but that Eagle Rare, that is my number one. Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate it. Talking about stickers, yes, I will have stickers to be given out, and to any one of y'all, you have to know to ask. I will probably have some sapphire stickers. So you have to ask for sapphire, and I'll give you a sapphire sticker. I only want to give those out to the true fans because those are special, and you got to be in on the joke. And I love it. I love it. Thank y'all for joining. Hang out for a second. I am Frank KG5AHJ, and I'm making sure Windows is not going to mute me too much here. I had fun here tonight. We had a blast. As always, your support through this channel, it makes what I do possible. Can't do this without y'all support because, yeah, I would go bankrupt. I appreciate everything y'all are doing to support the channel. Mugs, I can't believe I forgot about this until now. The Tank Radio coffee mugs, that is actually a coffee mug, is pre-orders only on Jason's Ham Radio 2 shop, and I can't find the link. I know it's in the description below. I do appreciate to everyone who pre-order those. I need 50 of these to make it valuable and to run. We're getting close, but we're not there yet, so please go ahead and pre-order those now. And I think that's all I have. Listen to my audio podcast. Search Tank Radio on the audio podcast catcher, and you'll get it there. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate it. Jason has something going on in the pipe, and I'm going to be rolling over there in a minute. And I can't wait to see y'all there. And as always, folks, go forth and conquer. Say bye. You can say actually bye, Carlos. We want to hear your voice. I'm not ending it until you do.
Bye now. Bye.
I love it. I love it. A quick shout out to all my Patreons who make the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio.